All right, guys, so watch this for September 7th, which is going to be Wednesday. This buy is still hanging on strong. So it's still in this range, but holding up pretty well. So I'm just going to go right into the watch list. This KURA is kind of interesting. You had a really nice pop back here. Then you gapped up above these highs, came in and did nothing, just found support at 5. And now it's starting to inch back up and kind of flagging here with not much in the way to the left. So I want to watch this one for a potential long, anywhere up around the high 16s. Okay, I said that wrong. 6 comma teens. Anyway, anywhere around 620. How about that? This one might make a move at these recent highs. So I want to watch KURA. I think it's a fairly low float stock too. URRE was on watch today. Jane gave an idea and it popped up a little, pulled back in. This was where we kind of looked to get long. It pulled back in a little bit, went sideways. Only came in like a couple pennies and then grinded. So it's not a very fast mover. It grinded higher. Who knows? Maybe to pick up a little more momentum after today's, volume surge, and there's not much in the way of that one either. So I'm just going to put it back on watch. It doesn't move very, very well most of the times, but we'll see. This OMEX is super interesting to me because you had this volume spike back here, and it's kind of flagging ever since then. And then today you got a volume spike again, closing about where it opened. But man, if it can get back through 4, it might take out today's high at 415, and then maybe push through this 439 high. Low float stock. Definitely want to watch OMEX, GNC. After this kind of a high volume pop out of this base after getting killed, you're kind of flagging. So that one might have an upside move and it goes on watch. SORL. I never want to chase. And this one's already had a big move from the 250 to almost 3 area today. But, sometimes you can get a little gap down or a narrow range and then a range break. So, I want to watch it all week. There's not a lot in the way if it gets over today's high, but it's a little too far from the moving averages. But sometimes you can get a trade the very next day. So it'll be on watch all week, probably for the next 4 or 5 days. CDTI also got a nice volume spike today, taking out these July highs briefly before coming back down, kind of in the middle of its range, but nice volume, might catch some attention, might get a follow-through day tomorrow. So that one goes on watch. ASTC. You can picture these recent highs. I can just draw a trend line real quick here. Let's make it a segment. You can kind of picture it, right? Kind of broke through a trend line a little bit there on a little bit of extra volume. If I take that out, you can see the volume spike there. So, again, maybe a follow-through day. It's also a little bit extended, but I want to keep that one on watch. That's ASTC, ROKA. Had this really big spike back here, and then really it is after the second day, the third and fourth day are both inside of the second day's range. Just putting this on bounce watch. This has not broken its opening 30-minute high since here's the big day, right? These are 15-minute candles. So then the next day, put in its high in the opening 30 minutes. The next day, the opening 15 minutes. The next day, the opening 30 minutes or so. So this one, if it can turn back up, maybe get through the $1.15 area, it might head back up. It's an interesting chart and had really nice volume about a week ago. So I want to keep that one on watch. And then lastly, I've got KPTI, which had a really big move from about 7 to over 11, and now 2 days lower, kind of revisiting the 200-day from above after ripping through it in the area between the 8 and the 20-day also. I call that the buy zone. So if it's going to bounce tomorrow, might be a good time to watch for it. All right, that's the list. We'll also gather a list of gappers in the morning as well. Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow.